Instagram classes. As you all know that I am your science teacher who had already taught you some information about green plants. Let us now glance what all we have read in our previous class. That is parts of the plant, parts of the leaf and a main process in which food prepares wherein food is known as photosynthesis. What all have we discussed is plants, parts of the plants that are stem, root, leaves, bud, flower and stomata. And also we have discussed the part of the leaves, like midrib, leaf apex, leaf blade, sorry, here we don't get stomata, but here we get stomata. And veins. And the main thing what we have discussed in our classes, photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Yes, photosynthesis is a process of green plants which prepare their own food using some raw materials like chlorophyll pigment, sunlight, water and minerals and etc. This process is known as photosynthesis. Now today in this class we should just look over how plants and animals are interdependent on each other. What does this interdependence means? Yes, interdependence is a mutual sharing. Interdependence means mutual dependent on each other. Likewise, here today in our class we shall just discuss about interdependence of plants and animals. As we all know that interdependence is a mutual dependence which one and other are dependent on each other. Here we all should also know that plant and animals are interdependent on each other for their food and even for some exchange of gases. Here interdependence of plants are, if we all studied in our previous class, that is all human beings or all living organisms need food, where food is prepared by the plants in its own. Likewise, human beings are also preparing food but with the help of plants, as we are discussed in our previous class, that is class 3. Yes, by this process we should understand that plant is the main source of the food, where the first stage of food chain. The main first part of food chain starts with plants, where plants are the main sources of food which stores the food in the form of starch in it and which is preparing its own food by the process called photosynthesis. Here the food stored in the form of starch is transferred to animals when animals are eating these plants. Here, if plant is containing the starch, it is transferred to animals. If animals are eating the plants. Likewise, if human beings are eating these animals, this starch which is produced by the plants is transferred to humans with the help of animals. Likewise, humans when dead, they are decayed. Dead and decayed, they are eaten by some bacteria. They are eaten by the bacteria, where bacteria helps plants. Bacteria helps the plants to take nutrition from the soil by working in a soil. Okay, my dears, listen carefully. Bacteria helps plant to take nutrition from the soil by working in a soil. Now, we call this process as interdependence and the chain which is related to one another for the sake of food. Hence, we call this chain as food chain. Next, we shall move to the next topic, next dependence, that is plants and animals are also dependent for the sake of gases. What are all these gases? How does this? They are all interdependent. For example, we all know that where plants inhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen, but rather than any plants, all living organisms inhale oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. Here, if a plant is there, it inhales oxygen and exhales carbon dioxide. Sorry, inhales carbon dioxide and exhales oxygen. Where this exhaled oxygen from the plants are taken by the human beings and animals. This exhaled oxygen is taken by the human beings and oxygen, where human beings take in oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. By this process, we can tell that animals and plants are interdependent on each other for the sake of food and for the sake of gases. Yes. Does all the plants present on the earth are green in color? Yes, some of the plants which are not green in color but still are considered as plants, even though some plants are not even having the leaves in that. But how does they survive? Yes, we shall now just discuss about some specialized organisms or some specialized plants which we are seeing in our daily life. Likewise, some special plants. Like first one is cactus, second one is insectivorous plants, third one is non-green plants, fourth one is parasitic plants. What are all the plants I have written here are very different from the plants which we are seeing in our daily life. Well, cactus is a plant which is grown in the desert places. You might have seen the plant, even it is grown near to your home somewhere, which is like this and contains some thorns in it. Where the leaves of these plants are modified into thorn-like structures, which helps them in less amount of water evaporation. For example, I have told you these plants are growing in our desert places where it is very scarcity for water. Here, in such conditions, these type of plants get little amount of water. If that water which is taken by the plant is evaporated, it cannot survive for more days. So, this leaf which is having the projections like this helps the leaf for less evaporation of water. And this leaf, the leaf which is having these structures are very thick. The stem which is green in color helps this type of plants for photosynthesis. Here insectivorous plants. Here this insectivorous plants is considered is either be carnivorous or herbivorous because it even takes the sun's energy and modifies that sun's energy into photosynthesis. Similarly, it even attracts the insects which is sitting on it and it just digests over the plant insects and it is hence known as carnivorous plants. For example, insectivorous plants, picture plant. Non-green plants. Non-green plants are not green in color, where they are grown on the dead and decayed organisms, where these plants eat or have food which is dead and decayed organisms, bacteria as their foods. Final one is parasitic plant. They are the plants which are having or which are grown with the help of other green plants. They do not have their own growth which depend on other green plants for their growth. For example, Cuscuta. Here for non-green plants, Indian Pepe is the example for insectivorous plants. This picture, non-green plant is Indian Pepe, parasitic plant is Cuscuta. Here, my dears, in this class we have learned how plants and animals are interdependent on each other and some special plants which are present in our surroundings. Today, your homework is to write the activity or exercise given in that book, whether it is right or wrong. In our next class, we shall just discuss about the activities which is given in your text. Thank you.